Class Belle's Song Ruoshue called herself the bravest little lamb. On the day of the college entrance exam, before everyone got off the bus, she suddenly incited the entire class to jump off and abandon the exam. In my previous life, I immediately spoke up to stop her and contacted the homeroom teacher right away. In the end, under the escort of the homeroom teacher, all the classmates successfully entered the examination hall, but afterwards, the class beauty collapsed in tears in her childhood friend's arms, saying she was sorry to everyone. "Wah, it's all my fault. I couldn't lead everyone to escape the college entrance exam, to gain free souls. I've made everyone continue to study hard." Faced with Song Ruoshue's tears, everyone felt heartbroken. Her childhood friend even blamed all the responsibility on me. I turned around and reported me for cheating on the college entrance exam. I was expelled, cyberbullied, and spent my life in depression. When I opened my eyes again, I had returned to the day when the class beauty encouraged everyone to give up the college entrance exam and go wandering. Brothers and sisters, Song Ruoshue's voice was sharp with excitement. We should all be brave little lambs. Standing behind her, her childhood friend Chen Hao was holding up his phone, live streaming, with the barrage filled with praises like, "Sis is so cool," and "This is what real post-00s are like." Ruoshue is right, Chen Hao shouted. We don't want to be small-town exam machines, we want to embrace free souls, we want to wander. The entire class, as if brainwashed, roared along with Song Ruoshue. They even threw their exam admission tickets out the car window. I sat in the last row, quietly watching this scene. Just then, the homeroom teacher sent a voice message. "Shui, you keep them calm in the car for now. I'm trying to get in touch with the driver." In my past life, I had listened to these words, rushed forward and snatched the megaphone from Song Ruoshue's hands, trying to use reason to awaken these madmen. So what happened? Not only did they not appreciate it, but they also called me a stubborn, rotten fool and a capitalist lackey. Afterward, they blamed me for destroying Song Ruoshue's bravery and innocence. My childhood friend Chen Hao turned around and reported me to the Education Bureau for bringing electronic devices into the exam hall. I was falsely accused of cheating on the college entrance exam, expelled from school, and cyberbullied, spending my entire life in depression. Squeak. Students, you may get off the bus now. I wish you all great results. The driver parked the bus steadily at the entrance of the examination center. "No, we don't want to take the college entrance exam, we want to go wander." Song Ruoshue led the charge toward the car door but was stopped and pushed back by fully armed special police officers. "Classmates, today is the college entrance exam. Please cooperate with the security check and enter the venue as soon as possible." However, despite the staff's attempts to dissuade her, Song Ruoshue persistently declared that she would not take the college entrance exam. "I won't go in, I want freedom." The next second, she suddenly pulled out a utility knife from her pocket, pressed it against her own neck, and with tears in her eyes, she cried out in a piercing voice, "If I can't lead everyone to be brave little lambs, then I'll use my blood to stain this oppressive system red." Her followers immediately began to chime in. "Ruoshue, don't be afraid, we're with you. That's right, we're not taking the exam either, we'll stay with Ruoshue and be brave little lambs." Chen Hao charged to the front, shouting at the police officers maintaining order. "What gives you the right to restrict our freedom? Let us leave, we want freedom." Watching all of this, I slowly stood up. I didn't rush forward to snatch the utility knife like I did in my past life, nor did I shout myself hoarse trying to dissuade her. I simply took out the bright red admission letter from Hwada University from my backpack, carefully folded it, and placed it in my pocket. "In this life, I'm going to let Song Ruoshue be her own brave little lamb." The homeroom teacher, Ms. Lee, received the message and hurried to the scene. She shouted at Song Ruoshue at the front of the line, "Song Ruoshue, what are you doing? The college entrance exam is about to start. Get off the bus, go through security, and get into the exam hall." But Song Ruoshue looked aggrieved. "Teacher, I know there's a vast grassland yearning for freedom in your heart too. Shueshue doesn't blame you. You have to earn money to support your family, so you're trapped by circumstances and can't join us as brave little lambs." After she finished this shocking statement, Teacher Lee's face turned green. Throughout the 3 years of high school, Song Ruoshue always identified herself as a brave little lamb. While helping the math teacher transcribe the midterm exam scores, she mixed up the grades of the top student and the bottom student in the class. Afterward, instead of reflecting on her mistake, she smugly comforted herself. "There are 49 people in the class, and I only messed up 2 grades. I really am the best little lamb." When childhood friend Chen Hao found out about this, instead of immediately informing the teacher to remedy the situation, he helped Song Ruoshue cover it up. Our Ruoshue is both beautiful and kind-hearted. After all, the class monitor has already taken first place so many times. What does it matter if she misses out once? Unlike the student who ranks last, if they could get first place with Ruoshue's help, how happy they would be. They thought they were saviors, the best little lambs. Little did they know that because of their mistake, the class monitor was whipped by his father with a belt until he was covered in wounds, unable to get out of bed for 3 days and 3 nights. Seeing that Teacher Lee remained silent, Song Ruoshue took the initiative to grab my hand. Shui, you also want to be a brave little lamb once, don't you? I furrowed my brows. In my previous life, Song Ruoshue also took the initiative to ask me this question. At that time, I refused outright. Chen Hao nudged me with his elbow and whispered a reminder. Listen, helping the whole class escape the misery of the college entrance exam has always been Ruoshue's dream. Don't ruin the mood. In my previous life, the painful memory of being led by Chen Hao in spreading rumors about cheating on the college entrance exam and being cyberbullied to death instantly became clear. I suppressed my anger with great effort, doing my utmost to control my emotions. Teacher, I won't be participating in this kind of thing. Upon hearing this, Chen Hao was instantly taken aback. There was a hint of complex emotion in his gaze as he looked at me. Song Ruoshue nodded with satisfaction. However, Teacher Lee was utterly shocked. Jiang Shui, have you lost your mind? Don't you know how important the college entrance exam is for you? I lowered my head and said nothing. Of course I knew. Out of the 49 students in the class, except for the wealthy second-generation heirs like Song Ruoshue, most of the students are ordinary people from average family backgrounds. The college entrance exam is the fairest opportunity for us ordinary people to change our fate. That is precisely why, in my previous life, I disregarded Chen Hao's objections and did everything in my power to stop Song Ruoshue, but after everyone achieved good grades, they began to regret it. If they had listened to Song Ruoshue's words back then and given up on the college entrance exam, maybe the outcome wouldn't have been so bad. So, in this lifetime, no matter what, I will not interfere in the karma of others. I raised my head and spoke calmly. Teacher Lee, what's wrong with Song Ruoshue wanting freedom? This statement completely stunned Teacher Lee. Seeing that I didn't stop their actions, Song Ruoshue became even more excited. Classmates, what are we waiting for? We'll be completely free right now. Then, at Song Ruoshue's command, Chen Hao and the others took the lead in tearing up their exam admission tickets. This sudden move left Teacher Lee and the others with no time to stop them. Students, don't act on impulse. The college entrance exam is the most crucial test of your lives. But no matter how the teachers tried to persuade them, Song Ruoshue was determined to lead everyone in escaping the college entrance exam. Classmates, the opportunity to be ourselves is rare, and I hope each of us can break free from old ways of thinking. Amid her wild speech, more and more students joined the chaos of the brave little sheep. I stood by, watching this scene with an expressionless face, until the hastily arriving grade-level director brought the newly reprinted admission tickets for everyone. Then, with the help of the police maintaining order on site, they forcibly escorted the students into the examination hall, just as Teacher Lee thought we had successfully entered the examination hall and was about to breathe a sigh of relief. Song Ruoshue suddenly pulled out dozens of specially designed signature pens from her backpack. She clenched her fists and said with great seriousness, "Brave little sheep fear no difficulties. I had already guessed this might be the outcome, so I prepared this pen for everyone in advance." As she spoke, Chen Hao and the others distributed the pens to the other students. Listen, our goal today is to be brave little sheep. This is the invisible ink pen, developed by my dad's company. The writing from this pen appears black at first glance, but under the high-resolution red light scanning of a high-speed scanner, a chemical reaction occurs, causing the scanned document to turn black. Childhood friend Chen Hao immediately explained, if Shui is right, that way, when the proctor grades the exam, they'll find it completely black and won't be able to see what's written at all. Yes, we want to blind the college entrance exam grading machines. Brave little sheep refused to be defined by the college entrance exam. Seeing this scene, I felt completely unmoved inside. Clearly, this pen uses some kind of light-absorbing coating. However, this is physically impossible to make the college entrance exam grading machines malfunction. Instead, it will cause the answer sheet to be judged as severely damaged and directly treated as 0 points. At that time, regardless of whether the answers are correct or not, it will be counted as 0 points. In my previous life, I stepped forward to stop everyone, pleading with all my might. As a result, Song Ruoshue immediately threw her pen on the ground and screamed, Lin Shui, you're threatening everyone again. You just can't stand to see us united. You'd rather be a watchdog for the capitalists than fight alongside us. Because of her words, in my past life, I became the only one who opposed being a brave lamb, and I became the public enemy of all the brave lamb squads. This time, Song Ruoshue stood before me once again, her gaze distant as she asked the same question as in my previous life. Lin Shui, the opportunity is right in front of you now. Don't make the wrong choice this time. I didn't say a word, calmly bypassing everyone and directly calling for the exam security team to escort me. As the exam bell rang, I followed the procedure, calmly took out my stationery, and spread out the scratch paper, yet, there were unusual rustling sounds all around, mixed with a few suppressed, excited snickers. I didn't need to look to know it was Song Ruoshue and her followers, eagerly carrying out their artistic creation. Time passed minute by minute. The only sound in the exam hall had been the scratching of pen tips on paper, but it was gradually being broken by another noise. It was the heavy footsteps of the invigilator, along with increasingly obvious, incredible gasps. This student, your answer sheet. An invigilator stopped at the desk of a candidate using a disappearing ink pen, speaking in a grave tone. Teacher, I'm exercising the free will of the brave little lamb. The male student replied with righteous indignation. Similar conversations echoed from different corners of the examination hall. Soon, the entire examination hall fell into a low-pressure-like commotion. The invigilators exchanged glances with grim expressions, and some began making urgent phone calls to seek instructions and report the situation. The leader of the inspection team strode in, his face so dark it seemed as if water could drip from it. He scanned the room, his gaze sharp as a knife. Who is the organizer? Song Ruoshue instinctively straightened her back. Perhaps in her view, this was the moment to become a hero. Teacher, it's me. I want to be the bravest little lamb. Shut up, the leader sharply interrupted her, maliciously disrupting exam order and attempting large-scale cheating. This is an extremely serious offense. The Education Bureau has ordered that for this incident, all participating students in the class will have their scores for all subjects in this year's college entrance exam cancelled, and they will be permanently disqualified from taking the exam in the future. Clear the venue immediately. Boom. It was as if a bomb had exploded in the silent examination hall. Permanently disqualified from the college entrance exam. This meant that for these 40-some classmates, aside from a few who might have planned early to study abroad or take other paths, the vast majority of children from ordinary families have completely lost the possibility of changing their fate through the college entrance examination. They don't even have the chance to repeat a year and try again. The students, who had just been immersed in the illusion of successful rebellion, were instantly struck as if by lightning, their faces drained of all color. All eyes turned sharply toward the instigator, Song Ruoshue. Song Ruoshue herself was terrified. The beautiful dream of freedom she had carefully woven was shattered by the iron fist of reality. She trembled all over, her eyes darting around, and under countless condemning gazes, she nearly collapsed to the ground. Just then, she saw me. No, it wasn't my idea alone. Song Ruoshue suddenly screamed sharply, her finger trembling as she pointed at me. Jiang Shui, she agreed too. She also said she supported giving up the college entrance exam. It was her. She was the one who encouraged everyone. All eyes instantly focused on me, including Chen Hao's, whose gaze flickered with a mix of shock and schadenfreude. I set down the pen in my hand and slowly stood up. Under everyone's gaze, I took out the document folder with the embossed school emblem from the inner pocket of my backpack. You mean me? Sorry, I've already been recommended for admission, so the college entrance exam doesn't really matter to me whether I take it or not. I just respect everyone's choice, that's all. As soon as these words were spoken, the surroundings fell into a deathly silence. Song Ruoshue's finger almost poked my nose, and her voice turned hysterical. Jiang Shui, don't even think about shifting the blame. You sure have a lot of drama, huh? Is it because you see me about to lead everyone out of this misery, feeling like I stole your thunder and not happy about it, so you pulled this guaranteed admission letter stunt to grab everyone's attention? You think a fake guaranteed admission letter can prove your innocence? Chen Hao, standing behind her, crossed his arms and swept a disdainful glance between me and that bright red letter, sneering. Ruoshue is right, Jiang Shui, aren't you taking this act a bit too far? If you were really recommended for admission, why hasn't the school made any announcement so far? Even the homeroom teacher hasn't leaked a single hint. Do you think we're all fools? You're clearly just jealous of Ruoshue's courage to take responsibility. While you can only hide in the shadows and pull these kinds of tricks, I sneered inwardly. Last month, I went to City A. At that time, with the college entrance exam approaching, everyone was frantically practicing questions. I was afraid of affecting everyone's mood for review, so I lied and said I was going to City A for a relaxing trip. Unexpectedly, after hearing this, Chen Hao actually mocked me. Jiang Shui, you still have the mood to travel to City A at a time like this? Song Ruoxue was being sarcastic on the side. Everyone has their own aspirations, some are busy elevating their souls, while others are busy sightseeing, but they didn't know, I wasn't going on a trip. I was representing the school to participate in the National High School Physics Olympiad Finals. It was a fierce competition that gathered the nation's top talents. I endured 5 grueling hours on the battlefield with draft papers piled up like a small mountain, and ultimately clinched the gold medal. On the day of the award ceremony, the admissions officer from Hua University handed me this guaranteed admission agreement right then and there. I signed the agreement on the spot, but I asked the team leader not to announce it publicly or tell my classmates just yet. I'm afraid that if everyone knows someone has gotten ahead early, it will cause unnecessary anxiety and internal conflict. I never expected that my consideration would become evidence of acting in their mouths. Jiang Shui, speak up, did I hit the nail on the head? Seeing that I didn't answer, Chen Hao thought I was at a loss for words, and his tone became even more arrogant. You're just jealous that Ruoxue and I are a perfect match, so you're making up this ridiculous lie to get attention. I widened my eyes, unable to believe what I was hearing. Oh, Chen Hao, don't say any more. Shui is a girl, she has her pride too, she's had a crush on you for so long, and now, Song Ruoxue's hesitant manner piqued everyone's curiosity. After all, in the eyes of outsiders, Chen Hao and I grew up together, but anyone with a discerning eye can see that Chen Hao like Song Ruoxue, so my current behavior, in the eyes of others, seems more like unrequited love, desperately trying to make myself noticed. How laughable. I have no feelings for Chen Hao whatsoever. Back then, our parents were colleagues in the same unit and had a good relationship. We grew up together since childhood, so you could say we were childhood friends, but I was completely focused on school and had no interest in romantic relationships at all. Seeing that I didn't respond, Chen Hao proudly lifted his chin. Shui, although it's difficult, I still hope you won't do anything foolish for my sake. My heart belongs only to Ruoxue. I forced down the nausea churning in my stomach. Thankfully, there's no exam later, or I'd really be afraid of throwing up in the exam hall. The classmates around me also started whispering, yeah, she's always been weird, not fitting in. Turns out she had something to hide. I think it's all an act. Who would quietly stay in class after getting a guaranteed admission? There must be something wrong. They're definitely jealous that Ruoxue dared to take the lead in standing up. Listening to these absurd accusations, I couldn't help but find it utterly ridiculous. Seeing everyone starting to take her side, Song Ruoxue curled the corners of her lips into a triumphant smile. She put on a show of waving her hand, adopting a magnanimous and tolerant demeanor. All right, everyone, let's not talk about Shui like that. Not everyone can have the courage to break free from rigid thinking like we do. Perhaps Shui is just too afraid to defy the college entrance exam system. We can't force everyone to be a brave little lamb. She was getting more and more outrageous, her voice suddenly rising, even drowning out the invigilator's reprimand. Classmates, even if we face a huge price today, as long as we stand up today, we might influence the future of millions of college entrance exam candidates. I couldn't help but roll my eyes. It's truly unimaginable. After 9 years of compulsory education, someone could actually have such rebellious thoughts in their mind. Enough. The head invigilator finally couldn't take it anymore and slammed a hand on the podium. This is an examination hall, not your stage for speeches. Stop this disruptive behavior immediately. However, Chen Hao seemed to be on some kind of stimulant. Completely unaware of the impending danger, the next second, he actually reached into his pants pocket right in front of everyone. Slowly, he pulled out the latest model of a smartphone from his pocket. Ruoxue is right, we should record history. Today, I'm going to live stream the whole thing, let the entire internet see what it truly means for Gen Z to clean up the workplace. The entire room erupted in an uproar. The invigilator was utterly dumbfounded. How could you possibly have brought a phone in? During the security check, it was clearly, Chen Hao proudly waved his phone. I spent a fortune to buy a miniature signal jammer and stuck it on myself. Fooling that metal detector, pretty high-tech, even here, I can still send out signals. I muttered to myself, it's over, now I can't just use pre-exam stress as an excuse to talk nonsense and avoid responsibility. Chen Hao bringing his phone into the exam hall is a clear-cut violation of the law. Violating the National Education Examination Violation Handling Measures is no joke. Not only him, but also the invigilators of the entire examination hall and the inspection team leader of the entire test center cannot escape. I saw the invigilator's face turn pale, too shocked to speak. Chen Hao, on the other hand, skillfully unlocked his phone and opened the live streaming app. Folks, did you see that? This is the real scene of the college entrance examination. Today, we are going to do something unprecedented. We must follow the lead of our brave little lamb, classmate Song Ruoxue. We must all become free and brave little lambs together. Chen Hao grew more and more excited as he spoke, as if he were a savior destined to rescue all of humanity. Little did he know, he had completely destroyed his own fate. Because of Chen Hao's thunderous statement, the number of viewers in the live stream exploded instantly, skyrocketing from a few hundred to tens of thousands online. The barrage of comments rolled densely. Damn, really live streaming in the exam hall, awesome. Seeing more and more people flooding into the live stream, Song Ruoxue was completely unaware of the danger approaching. She proactively stepped into Chen Hao's live broadcast frame, instantly receiving a wave of praise. Who is this beauty? She's so pretty. With looks like that, she must be at the school Belle level, right? Not bad at all. Song Ruoxue smiled contentedly. The next second, she suddenly pushed me forward. Whoa, what was that ugly thing that just floated past me? Me too. It scared me so much I dropped my phone. Give me back the pure and beautiful campus Belle. Get this ugly monster out of here. Seeing the screen filled with foul language, my reaction was surprisingly calm. Since childhood, I have been mocked for my ordinary appearance, and just now, being deliberately compared by Song Ruoxue made the gap seem even larger. Yet even so, Song Ruoxue did not give up on continuing to belittle me. Don't say that. Although Shui may not have the best external conditions, she is very intelligent. Upon hearing this, Chen Hao immediately chimed in, her intelligence isn't used in the right way at all. She actually dared to fake her recommendation for admission. Hearing this, some people began to stir up trouble. What? Did the campus beauty just imply that not only is that ugly girl unattractive, but she's also foolish enough to dare fake her way into guaranteed admission? 666. That's truly eye-opening. The topic of faking guaranteed admission for the college entrance exam once again ignited the live stream's popularity. The number of simultaneous online viewers exceeded 1 million. Seeing the goal achieved, Song Ruoxue tidied her hair and leaned closer to the camera. Today, I'm going to do something no one has ever dared to do, take the lead in resisting the outdated practices of the college entrance exam. As soon as these words were spoken, the barrage went absolutely wild. What? Resist the college entrance exam? Whatever the beauty says goes. How many people does the college entrance exam harm every year? Exactly. I also think the college entrance exam is unfair. It's just for those with connections. I watched coldly as Song Ruoxue and Chen Hao steered the public opinion toward an even more uncontrollable direction. Just as she was going on and on, a sudden comment popped up in the chat. Wait, why do I feel like I've seen this person somewhere before? As soon as these words were spoken, they immediately sparked a wave of mockery. Seriously, dude, you're actually into this. You must have some kind of ugly fetish. Seeing the netizens' undisguised mockery and humiliation directed at me, the smugness at the corner of Song Ruoxue's lips deepened. Don't talk nonsense. Xu Yi just doesn't dress up, someone complained. She better not dress up at all. Right now, she's just plain ugly. If she dresses up, she'll look like a ghost. I held back my anger and didn't say a word. I was wait for a higher-ranking leader to control the chaos at the scene, with all 49 students in the class rushing to support Song Ruoxue in escaping the college entrance exam. The few invigilators simply couldn't control the situation. Just then, the netizen who had earlier claimed to know me spoke up again. Hey, don't stir up trouble. A month ago, at the National Physics Competition Finals, a girl won the gold medal and was admitted to Tsinghua University on the spot. I think it looks a lot like her. Seeing the message sent by the other person, Chen Hao's smile instantly froze on his face. He abruptly turned to look at me, a flicker of panic flashing in his eyes, but it was quickly suppressed. So what if you won the gold medal? Does that mean you can forge the admission letter? Faced with Chen Hao's suspicion, the netizen immediately followed up with a comment. Gold medal in the physics competition? That's a direct ticket to Tsinghua or Peking University. I got a third prize and was guaranteed admission to a top-tier university. If a gold medalist didn't get a guaranteed spot, that would be unbelievable, then. More netizens who claimed to have participated in the physics competition stepped forward to support the other side. Hey, you know what, she does look a bit like the girl who stood on the podium that day, Chen Hao persisted in asking. That person couldn't possibly also be named Jiang Shi, could she? Yes, 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 it seems there's something like Qing in her name. As soon as these words were spoken, the entire room fell silent instantly. The gazes of the entire class shifted to me. Song. Ruoshua's expression changed. She had clearly seen that comment as well. She stared at me intently, trying to find a trace of panic on my face. It's an act, it must be someone hired to act, Song Ruoshua retorted sharply. If she really won the gold medal, how could the school and teachers not have heard anything about it? Looking at her face, twisted with resentment, I finally lost the last bit of my patience, believe it or not. Anyway, you're not taking the college entrance exam anymore, so let's just go our separate ways. With that, I turned sideways to pass through them. You're not going anywhere. Song Ruoshua suddenly reached out to block me, her nails almost digging into my arm. Her eyes were sinister, carrying a kind of near-obsessive madness. Jiang Shi, tell me, how could someone who consistently ranks first in the grade really give up on the college entrance exam? Who are you trying to fool? I frowned at her. Strangely, I actually saw a hint of anxiety and nervousness on her face. Strange, didn't she just want everyone to give up on the college entrance exam? Why is she unhappy now that I'm taking the lead in giving up? Suddenly, I had a jolt. I get it now. She planned all this not to actually escape the college entrance exam, but to mess with me. She doesn't care about the lives of the other classmates at all. She just wants to drag me down with her. But she never expected that in the end, I would actually give up the college entrance exam on my own initiative. It caught her completely off guard. Though shocked, at this moment, I no longer wanted to keep arguing with her. Didn't I just show you? I helplessly spread my hands, revealing the admission notice. I got a direct admission. You say you got a guaranteed admission. Can you show any proof? Chen Hao also rushed over, his face flushed red. Jiang Shi, don't think I don't know what you're thinking. You just don't want us to have it easy. Their behavior made me laugh in anger. Watching these two clowns jumping around like buffoons, I could only feel a deep sense of sorrow. The truth is right in front of you, but if you refuse to believe it, what can I do? Just as we were pulling and tugging, a series of hurried footsteps came from the entrance. Several uniformed staff members quickly walked in, heading straight toward Chen Hao. Student, please come with us. A staff member flashed their credentials. You are suspected of illegally using communication devices during the exam, disrupting the order of the national education examination. Please cooperate with the investigation. The color drained from Chen Hao's face instantly, and the phone in his hand clattered to the ground, the screen shattering into pieces. No, it's not. I wanted to record it. Records, the staff member sneered. Do you know that using communication devices during national education exams can lead to criminal liability in serious cases? Take him away. Following the staff member's command, two other staff members immediately stepped forward and grabbed Chen Hao by the shoulders. What are you doing? Let go of me. I'm a college entrance exam candidate. Chen Hao was completely panicked. He even proactively mentioned his identity as a college entrance exam candidate, attempting to persuade the staff to let him off, but it was too late. The incident of Chen Hao using electronic devices during the exam had already been posted online by him, spreading widely and causing extremely negative consequences. Upon seeing Chen Hao being restrained, Song Ruoshua reacted with nervousness. She instinctively tried to hide, but was still discovered. Another staff member approached her, his tone indifferent. Miss, you are suspected of spreading inappropriate remarks and inciting candidates to disrupt the examination hall. Please cooperate with the investigation. Song Ruoshua's legs went weak, and she nearly collapsed to the ground. The confidence and vigor she had displayed during the live broadcast moments ago vanished completely, leaving only a trembling fear. I didn't mean to. I just wanted to set everyone free. At that moment, the homeroom teacher, Ms. Li, pushed her way through the crowd, panting heavily as she rushed into the examination hall. She glanced at Chen Hao, who was being restrained, then looked at Song Ruoshua, whose face was as pale as death, before finally fixing her gaze on me. Chen Hao seemed to have grabbed a lifeline, shouting hoarsely, Teacher Li, please tell them to let us go. Song Ruoshua then persistently pressed Teacher Li for answers. Teacher Li, has Jiang Shi really been recommended for admission? Teacher Li sighed. She never expected that the elite class she had painstakingly nurtured for 3 years would be completely ruined in an instant. Yes, Jiang Shui won the gold medal in last month's national physics competition and has been recommended for admission to Tsinghua University. The school originally planned to officially announce this after the college entrance exams to avoid causing you psychological pressure. Who would have thought? Sigh, boom, these words struck like a thunderbolt, exploding in the minds of Chen Hao and Song Ruoxue. Chen Hao was completely dumbfounded, his mouth agape wide enough to fit an egg, his eyes vacant as if his soul had left his body.